So unfortunately, as you can see here, this liquid nails hasn't been strong enough to hold this nose where it bends the most. So I'm gonna have to come. I was planning on reinforcing it with wood and stuff across there, but I'm gonna, from here on out, for this other side, just at least try a different glue, and hopefully that'll work better. Here you can see I've done a fair amount of work. I've got the other rail on. Maybe I already showed you that, but anyway, there's Geppetto. He always gets in the way. I cut two, I call these stringers, I don't know what you're supposed to call them, but two stringers. I need to extend them a little bit. I cut 3 of these horizontal stabilizing things, and those you can see I put holes in, but that was so tedious. I don't think I'm going to repeat it on the stringers. And yeah, that's all. Here's my template for the fin. This part is missing a part. It'll stick out a little bit right here on the left there. And I tried marking roughly where I'll put it. I don't know too much what I'm doing. I'm just trying to experiment and try stuff. This is the bottom that I've cut out. And you can see I joined it together right here. Inside, I put all of the supports that I feel like maybe it'll need. And down here, I thought I'd try some of this blue. I mean, that's green. I think it's extruded polyethylene or something. I don't know. That might not be right. Anyway, because it's a little heavier than I had hoped it to be. I mean, it's not terribly heavy, but I wanted to just try to save a little weight, maybe, and just try a different type of support. So some of these are sticking up too high, and so I need to take it out. I got like a contact wheel, I think it's called, for an angle grinder, and I'm going to kind of grind that down and then run a level across from one rail to the other. I'm getting close to being done, which is awesome. This piece of wood here I'm going to use for the fin box. I'll make a slot here and mount it underneath. Sorry about that. Mount it underneath the bottom there, and then the fin here will, this, like I said, this part will stick out, so it'll kind of lever underneath, and then I'll just have a place for one screw back here. That's the plan for now. Like I said, I wish I could have drilled holes in all of these, but it was just too much work. But overall, I feel pretty good about how it's going. We'll just have to see on the water. It's called a flap disc. Can you see that? Flap disc. This angle grinder was only $9 or $10 at Harbor Freight. I know it might not be super nice, but for me it works great. I use this liquid nails for the stand-up paddleboard I made. It didn't work very well overall, but it was easy to apply, which I liked, but I inadvertently came up with a way to seal the tube so the glue doesn't dry in the tip. I used to just stick like a stick in there or something, and that works for a short term, but eventually it would dry down the tube. So this is my new thing. I take a piece of packing tape and push it over the end and kind of bend it down to keep the glue from drying. I haven't given it a long time to see if it works for a long period, but it works well and is way easier than anything else I've tried. This is where I'm at with the fin and the fin box. I drilled holes and then started using it like a Japanese saw to saw the rest, and then it was too narrow, so I had to kind of chisel it wider. Then here I have that a piece of plywood glued here so that the screw doesn't split the plywood. And then I just very crudely shaped it, and I don't really plan on doing much more. So this will slide in there and then pop down. It'll stay up that much, and then this screw just goes through like that. So to get it lined up, I found the center down here, and then ran a string from the nose down to here, and then lined this up here, traced it, and so now I'm gonna drill and then saw this out, glue this to the bottom, glue a piece plywood to the bottom here, and then should be ready. So I changed my mind. Instead of cutting it out, I mean with the saw, I'm gonna cut it with just this blade. And I just kind of wanted to show you, since I mentioned it before, kind of how it works. So I put on a primary cut like that, then I come in at an angle, and then I come back, the primary cut, and it pulls out a little strip thusly. And now I'm probably not too far from actually through to the other side. So that's how it goes. I was worried that these rails here at the nose would be susceptible to popping off that way. And I don't have anything supporting it here, so I decided to put this piece in to try to hope, in the hopes that it would kind of hold it together better The way I did it is I put a piece of paper or cardboard and kind of guessed it and then traced it and fitted it with the paper, which is a lot easier, and then I traced it onto this plywood, sawed it out, and glued it. I'm finally at the stage of gluing the bottom on, and I found a great use for all this cat litter. Oh, and these are filled with water.